you had mentioned once that your nanny was a pastor.
Yeah.
And what's more interesting is that she was a pastor in both, like a straight church and a gay church. Like,
Yeah.
this news is so mind blowing for me, because I don't know how that works. Like, how was it for her? I'm sure in her time it must be like super challenging to be like queer person, and then be also like a pastor. What
Yeah.
was that like?
Yeah. Grandma came out of the closet in a small white Christian town, country town, where everybody knows your name, everybody knows your business. This was the 1970s. She was in her 30s. When it came to pastoring, I would get so irritated when they would, preach hate against homosexuality. And she would just sit there calmly. And I would just be like, I'm like, not hear what he just said about this? And she's like, mm-hmm. And she would give me like a gentle touch, like, wow. And then eventually, like, that kind of strength to me blows my mind, honestly. The ability to, when you're being persecuted to a degree, being able to hold your dignity is a kind of strength that they don't build in people anymore, I feel. And it would just be so impressive when she would just become so inundated into their ministry, and then one day pull the pastor aside and be like, by the way, I'm a lesbian. And they would just like lose their minds, but because they loved her so much, they saw her heart, they saw how much she worked for God and worked for the ministry, it caused them to have a different reaction to homosexuality. It caused them to open their minds to understand that God is love, which is what they've been preaching. And she's my hero, honestly. And she always took care of her community. Which I think is where I kind of get it from, and why I've switched Whackfest to be like this celebration of queer dance. Even though not everybody's queer, but just like giving that safe space for everybody, and that's what my grandma's house was. Like, I've met every part of the rainbow because they were all in grandma's house. And she always took care of, if somebody needed food, if they needed clothing, if they needed a place to live, she was there. They needed help getting over alcoholism, she was there. Like, she saved 1 million lives and then some through this tiny little frame of an old lady. And it was just really powerful.
Kudos to her to be able to be like her in her time. And I wish I would have gotten a chance to meet her in person, but she's amazing.
She is, and the same way I'm dramatic, she's dramatic. I remember one of her last birthdays, she rolled up in her car and she was wearing one of my fur coats, and she got out of the car and she goes, "Aren't I cute?" I was like, "Oh, yes, you are." It's so cute.
So there's this thing about you. I mean, that people sometimes have this misconception about you that, you are from like the commercial world, or you are like a commercial dancer. And I think, that's not true, because you are very well versed with your roots and, the authenticity of the styles that you do. But then why do you think people assume that about you? Like,
I think one big reason is because I like to present myself in a polished manner. I like my content to be nice. I like it to be attractive because that's how my imagination sees it. I love colors. I love HD quality videos. Like, I like pretty things, and I like to present pretty things because as an artist, I want my audience to feel something.
Yeah.
So that could be one, is because I look professional, even though sometimes I'm not. And two, I don't know, I just think it's a general misconception. And I used to be a part of the underground dance scene and like going to battles and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I think as I've gotten older, it just isn't a desire of mine anymore.
Yeah.
It was great for like my 20s, the adventure. I think battling and the underground scene itself taught me so much. The underground scene gave me the confidence to be commercial. And I think it's funny. I was just actually talking to Mikola about this. I think it's funny how dancers or people are like, oh, that's commercial and that's underground and you're selling your soul to be commercial, when all of their dance idols, all of their like hip hop, house, popping, locking, whacking, Vogue, all of their dance idols have all done commercial work, have all paid their bills for commercial work. And I feel like that should be everybody's goal, is to make money off of your art. Like, why not? Like, if you want to just keep it as a passion, that's fine, but you're spending hours a day training, you're working on your body, you're working on your image, you're working on your skills so that you can perform and present and grab validation. Like, all artists want to be validated for their
Yeah,
effort, you
definitely.
know. And I think that I think people have wildly misunderstood me a majority of my career, and that's okay, because I kind of misunderstood me too. And it's been a growing process. It's just been a learning adventure. And I I don't mind if they call me underground or if they call me commercial. I really don't care, because I'm just here and I plan on expressing myself,
Yes.
and whatever platform will allow me to do that. If it's social media, if it's a newsletter, if it's a whatever, I'm going to express myself as an artist, because that is
Yeah.
what we all desire. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
of course. And
Yeah.
you're doing great. So you do you, and I think of you as this boss lady, like I mentioned earlier, because you know what you want and you just go for it. And I love you for that.
I want to add to that, the
Yeah,
boss lady thing, because I know there are a lot of other young women and men who have that boss lady tendency, but don't know where to place it.
yeah,
And I just, like, for anybody watching, I just want to encourage you to do just what she said, of doing you. Um, and I know doing you comes with trial and error. You're never going to get it right the first time. I never
yeah,
did. I'm not everything that I make artistically is beautiful. Some of it's crap, but you have to be okay and gentle with yourself with that journey. And I think for people who want to be boss lady, um, staying authentic to your story and true to you, and don't hurt anybody along the way.
yeah.
Honestly, you'll be fine. Just do you and don't care what anybody else thinks. As long as you're not hurting anyone. That, I can't stress that enough. Or as long as you're not like taking a dance style and completely ripping it and doing it the wrong way, that then we'll all come after you. But, but I think people put too much emphasis on labeling others,
Yeah.
instead of just being human and just living. Like, let's just live. So I
Yeah.
just want to say that, all that to say, and encourage somebody who might be going through the same thing.
Yes. Preach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. Let's talk about your brand, Kumari. Kumari.
Anji. Anji.
So go
Yeah.
ahead with that.
Yes. So I was struggling. I struggled really hard with the name. One, because I was like, oh God, I'm gonna name it Kumari. Everybody already thinks something of me already. Like, they're gonna think I'm just like full of myself. But it wasn't that. Is I love, beyond it being my name, that pushed to the side, I love the name Kumari. I mean, it means princess. It's a brand that mixes Indian sari culture with African American street dance culture, which I'm a mixed person. I grew up as a kid in the 90s hip hop videos, music videos, like obsession to the maximum. am obsessed with my Indian culture as well. And the cool part about it is that these are my roots. Like, I'm not taking from anyone else but myself. And I made these overalls. Can't really see them.
Woohoo!
Ow. Ow.
I love it.
But they're reversible, which is dope. So it's 2 outfits in one. And I have a lot of sustainability wrapped into the brand. I have bomber jackets and jumpers, which are part of my upcycle program. So basically, all those old saris from like the 90s that no one ever wants to use or wear again, but they're too beautiful to throw away, you send them to me and I turn them into these, and then I send them back to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because sustainability, yes. Zero waste, yes. I think the part that's left from your stitching, but the cloth, you turn that into scrunchies and stuff. And I'm just like, wow. Ooh, it's cute.
The scrunchies and then the hats, which are also reversible as well. But yeah, and again, like, if I'm going to send you something in the mail, I don't want you to just throw away the plastic and then it goes back into the ocean and the cycle continues. So the packages that I send you, which I can't wait till you get yours, they biodegrade in 90 days. Like, the plastic is made of corn. Yeah. And then I love the seed paper hang tags, honestly.
So you can literally like just put them in the soil and then just water them, and then like a plant grows out of it.
I think what you do is you put it on a thin layer of soil so you can kind of watch it do its thing, and then as it's grown, then add more soil. But yeah.
Honestly, Kumari, I think you've outdone yourself with this amazing brand of yours. So, congratulations. All right, it's time for us to play the second game.
Okay.
It's called Speak About This for a Minute. Simple game. All right, I have a bowl full of chits here. All right, there are 5 chits in here. What you have to do is you have to pick a number from 1 to 5, and that will be your topic, and you speak about that topic for a minute. All right, let's go. Pick a number.
Number 1.
It's leg room on a plane. Oh shit.
Yeah,
leg room on a plane. Yeah.
That's it.
And your time starts now. Go.
So my favorite thing is legroom on a plane. I swear, because when you get on a plane, there's nothing worse than being sandwiched in between 2 people who have zero spatial awareness. So they're spreading all over you. And then you wake up and you've got somebody pressed and drooling on your shoulder, and their legs are all wrapped around you, and you can't stretch yours out because you don't have leg room. You know what I mean? So then you politely ask, ma'am, stewardess, whatever, can I please move? Can I upgrade? Can I whatever? No, you have to suffer. However long that plane ride is, you suffer because why? You have no leg room. And all you wanted was leg room. Leg room. Yeah? So the next time you book your flight, you make sure that you book the seat with more leg room. So then you'll have a happy flight.
And one, your time is up.
Yeah.
Proud of you, Kumari. You did amazingly well.
I felt very passionate about the subject because I've experienced it.
I could totally see that. Sadly, this brings us to the end of this episode.
That's okay.
Thank you so much, Kumari, for coming on my show. I hope you had fun.
I did. It was a blast, and all the best for all the rest of the episodes. I love your show. It's great, and I hope this really takes off and does something amazing for you.
If you want to go and check out Kumari Suraj's new collection, go to kumarisuraj.com/store. You will find all of the info, all of the latest outfits right there. You need to go right now. Also follow her on Instagram and check out her awesome content. If you like this episode, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you have something to say to us, drop it down in the comment section right now. Thank you for watching the 9th episode of Dimples Out starring Ayushi. I am your host, signing off. Thank you and bye bye.